I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, Volume 181, spinoff of the web series The Two Dicks. I'm Romas. I'm in Clearwater, Florida today. A little different than Tampa, a little south. And that's Al Ducharme, who is now home. He's been traveling the world. He got home from a transatlantic cruise. Let's hear all about it. How are you today, Alfredo?
I'm doing quite well. It's good to be home. My head on my pillow, on my mattress. 6
Is that
weeks.
a My Pillow or My Pillow? Which one?
It's not protected. It's my own purchase. Okay. I'm not going to name the brand, but it's not the My Pillow guy pillow.
Your pillow, the one your head's on, didn't lead an insurgency in January. Just a regular pillow
of 2021. No.
Yeah, just a pillow.
Just a pillow. Well, it's a down pillow, high end goose down. It's
Down syndrome.
Yeah, the Down syndrome pillow, and I drool. And I get a little badge. Everybody's a winner. Every morning I wake up, someone gives me a little ribbon around my neck.
Yay! Alfred woke up this morning. Yay! He didn't shit the bed. Yay!
Wow, that's bonus. You get a double ribbon for that.
Let's not get crazy.
Well, the expression "shit the bed," meaning you died, is another one. Or you can literally shit the bed, like wake up soiled and soiled sheets. Have you ever woken up in soiled sheets in your heavy drinking days?
I mean, not to be honest, no. I mean,
you had the flu, maybe.
I don't remember. I mean, I would say probably at some point, but I don't remember it. I certainly don't remember it. Where I remember one guy told me a story where he quit drinking because he literally woke up. He had taken a shit in his sleep, and in his sleep, he made the shit into a baseball, perfectly rounded, symmetrical, and he put it on the nightstand like he was proud of it.
Oh, yay! Give him a ribbon! Give him a ribbon! Yay!
He had Down syndrome, but still, he was an alcoholic. And he woke up and said, I really should go to a meeting. And that was the last time he drank, because he was like, if I'm passed out making a ball out of my shit, I probably should go to a meeting. You know?
Was it a baseball hardball or a softball? Because the softball is bigger.
They're big. They're bigger. I don't know. I didn't get into details, but yeah. So I don't remember ever doing anything like that myself. So I've been pretty, I guess, fortunate back in the day. We drank, by the way. I was out this weekend doing Crack Up Cancer in Lauderdale, and we went out Friday night. The comedians Derek Richards and Dean Napolitano, and I, and Kelly, my girlfriend, and the people running the event, and we had a lot of drinks.
Lots of drinks.
Old fashions.
I'm a sucker for a good old fashioned. I'll tell you right now. And I told you, John Beckmeyer, who directed one of our episodes of The Two Dicks, he's like an aficionado of classic drinks. He's got all the he's an antique collector as well. He's got all the paraphernalia to make all those old drinks. He's got the recipe books. But awesome. He makes the best old fashioned I've ever had in my life.
Wow, I wish I knew that when we were up there filming. I would have loved to have one, because
at the end of the shoot,
man, I love them. They're good. And I drank a ton of them, and then Derek was drinking Jameson, and Dean was, I don't know what, there was a lot of boozing going on, but all in the good, worked out. We sold out the show.
Congratulations.
Great. Thank you. And went great.
Right. Do you think that little infomercial we did with Mark Vermont gave it a little lift?
Got a little lift. And I'll tell you, I got a big acknowledgement, round of applause when the MC said he has a podcast called the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, and there was a break of people applauding that. So you could actually tell, like, whether it was 5 or 15 or 3, whatever it was, they listened. So that was cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, thank you, people, for supporting Cracked Up Cancer. getting out
Yes.
there. It's a great cause.
Yes.
And Al, you've done now a couple of different branches of this. You did the one in, is it Tampa?
Yeah, I did the ones early on. We were at the Tampa Improv,
Mhm.
and then they moved to the Strass Center, about 1,400 seats. And then this one was the first for South Florida. So it was a smaller venue. And then October, I believe October 13, we're going to do Tampa Crack Up Cancer at the Tampa Theater. And that's a big venue. That'll be about 1,200 seats or so.
Let me look at my calendar. Let me see where I am.
Yeah, October 13th. Get your book out. Get your book out. Remember those days?
Let me get your book out.
Get your book out.
At a glance. I had At a Glance. Did you have At a Glance?
Of course.
I had the pocket version, and then I had the desk version. I've had the big calendar desk version. And I found that the in-between version was the best. And at one point, like an idiot, I decided to have both the pocket and the bigger, like whatever it is, letter size calendar at a glance, year at a glance. That was a mistake because there was double bookings and mistakes and whatnot.
Oh, and this is the first year. I don't have one. Every year I've always had it, even if it's on my phone. I've always had the At a Glance in my backpack or whatever. But this is because of COVID. This is the first year I don't have one. Everything's on the phone, which is scary. If you lose your phone, of course, then everything is in there, literally.
Yes.
Everything.
But I was an early adapter of the Palm Pilot, which John Beckmeyer again.
The Palm Pilot.
Yes. And at the Palm Pilot, before the digital age, was me masturbating. But this time.
Hey now.
What?
That's
John Beckmeyer, director. He turned me on to the Palm Pilot, and I said, when are they going to be able to put the mobile phone and the Palm Pilot into one? He goes, oh, it's coming. And it did. And I bought a Palm Pilot phone, which was amazing. And now I just have an iPhone, which is great technology. But
yeah,
that Palm Pilot thing, I just loved it so much.
Is that the one with the I have a stylus to write on?
I had a stylus that you could,
nice.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, my old Samsung, before I converted to the iPhone, had a stylus. And I do miss that because you can draw, you can sign contracts, and you can do it with your finger now, but I just liked it. Looked better.
I like the style. It feels like you're writing still. Like you can write a bit, whereas when I write a bit on the phone, it always doesn't feel real, but I can write a couple lines with a stylus. Feels like a pen and paper kind of deal. And
it can convert it for you. It can convert your handwriting. It gets used to you into text.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know, but that's only a Samsung, right? With the stylus.
Or Android. Yeah, but yeah, that particular Android. Phone. Yeah, but that particular phone was Samsung. I think it was. They kept the stylus for people who like that tangible,
like a tangible. Like a good tangible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tangible's good. Tangerine, tangible. You like a tangerine or an orange? Who are you? Which guy?
I tend to go orange. I'm an orange guy, but I'll eat a good tangerine. They're smaller, right? They're softer, easier to peel.
Yes, all that.
That's convenient.
Yeah, I go tangerine on that one. Hey, tell us, you've had some traveling hours put in the last day or two. Tell us on the ship. You did a crossing. Fill us in.
I did.
Give us the lowdown of this last 10 days or so.
Well, the transatlantic. I was on the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette vessel. I had gone from a Royal Caribbean vessel for a week, spent 2 nights in Fort Lauderdale instead of flying back to California. And then I did the transatlantic. Actually, we did a spin around the Caribbean for 11 days. And then we did a 13-day transatlantic. Now, I wasn't at sea for the entire 13 days. Don't think of it like that. We went to Bermuda. So we had a sea day and then Bermuda, and then we did 4 sea days, and we made it over to the Portuguese islands, the Azores, San Miguel or São Miguel.
Yeah.
And that was delightful. I had been there before. And then we had another day at sea, and we went to Portugal. We went to, the mainland. We went to Lisbon, and I spent
the island of Lesbos. Did you go to the island of Lesbos?
No, there was a beaver dam, and it was It was too dry.
Why?
Why do you you put it right over the plate for me?
Welcome to two ninth graders having a podcast. Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Sophomoric behavior. Yes. And I hadn't been to Lisbon in years, and it was delightful. I ate great food, and I made a little video. I don't know if you saw it. Of me,
yes, you saw it.
Me going up the steps.
Like
hillside.
The Joker. It looked like the Joker steps. Yes. Yeah.
And I played the music Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll, Volume 2.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get it so if you do it on different platforms, the artist gets a residual every time it's viewed. They get pennies, whatever it is. And then I looked up Gary Glitter to make sure that as long as you don't monetize it, you can't monetize it. Right. They want permission to run ads and all that. And I'm like, yeah, give me your music for free and you can do whatever you want. But then I looked up Gary Glitter. He's in prison for pedophilia. Yeah,
I know.
I forgot about that. That was like a big thing.
It was a big story. Yeah. And
he had been in prison prior to that for having kiddie porn and photos on his computer. And then once 2 years later, once you go,
you can't come back. There's no coming back. No.
And then here he is, I guess he had wealth and whatnot because he was pretty successful in the 70s, right?
I mean, did he have other hits?
He produced some other stuff and whatnot. He was in the music industry, established.
Right. Yeah.
And then he's in prison saying, I need help. I have a sickness. And I don't know anything about that. I just know that, I don't want him to get residuals for that. So I grabbed the clip and I threw it on there, and whether or not it goes to his estate or whatever.
Well, the young kids of the world, thank you, Alfred, for making that choice not to give.
I'm just trying to do my part.
Not to give Gary Glitter 3 cents. You changed the world.
I think it has 346 views, so that's probably more like 7 cents. So
Yeah, no, you're doing a lot. You're
don't shortchange the guy, for Christ's sakes.
You're helping everybody out. You're a good man.
I think less children are diddled because of my actions.
That's a good thing, and that's the name of your next CD or comedy special. Less children are diddled, and then in parentheses, because of my actions.
Wow, we are going to get letters on this one.
Good. So you do the crossing. How many shows are you doing during that kind of a thing? What's your schedule like? And who you working with? Do we know anybody on the other acts? Are we familiar with these people?
Well, they had a lot of British acts that they flew into Fort Lauderdale and sailed back so that they could just step off the ship. And they only had a couple of Americans and Canadian performers that had to do we had to leave from London Heathrow. Get this. They have a whole testing facility on board the ship for COVID. You cannot fly back to the United States unless you have a negative test no more than 1 day prior to your departure. So we normally just test right on the ship and walk off. They refused to test us. They made us purchase a $24.50 Abbott antigen test that we paid for in advance. And then we had to get off the ship and they gave us a little box. It's self-testing. And you have to set up your phone on video, and the person has to watch you swab yourself each nostril, 5 spins, and put it in the thing. And you can't be off camera at all. So you got to orchestrate it so they can see everything and see your negative test results. And you got to leave your phone still on a timer for 15
Do you
minutes.
have the video still? Can we add the video to this pod? People enjoy that?
No.
On the Patreon? People on the Patreon can enjoy it. Not the regular listener who's too cheap to pay $5 a month, but the patron could see that video that we're speaking of. I think that'd be fascinating.
I think it would be fascinating. I wish I did have a copy of it. I was with Dominic Allen. You know Dominic Allen. He's a performer.
Oh yeah. He's sure. He's fantastic.
He could not get the test. It said if you lose if we disconnect, try to reconnect, but if you do it after your test, they can't qualify you because you can cheat. So he had to go do an express test.
How do you cheat? How can you?
You can grab your friend's results and say, yeah, I'm negative.
Right.
So anyways, it all worked out, but there's a lot of anxiety and stress because he couldn't get his results. And then he had to get in line with hundreds of other people and blah, blah, blah. So
I think a guy who played in Foreigner would have some kind of hookups or something, but
and
not.
he was a foreigner at the time. He was actually in London. So anyways, we went our separate ways. We flew back on different flights, but we had access to the British Airlines first class lounge. Wow.
Did you really?
Holy shit, that's nice. What a step.
Were you first class? Were you flying first class?
I did not fly first class on this. I had to fly coach because I'm have status on American Airlines and they do have a relationship. But I did get a whole row to myself, so I was actually able to sleep horizontally. I had fold up armrest.
Poor man's first class.
Yeah, poor man's first class. But I had all those extra pillows, so I just tucked them and made a little bed, and I got a couple of hours. It was nice.
What was it going to
And Gary Glitter diddled me while I was sleeping.
Hey, there you go. What was I thinking though? You were saying first. How did you get in the lounge without having the first class ticket?
Because I have status on American Airlines. Plus, I'm a American Airlines Advantage Club member. But if you have status of a certain level and up, you have access to first class club lounges where you travel internationally only, but not domestic unless you have
That's
the American Advantage Club membership, which I do have. That was I opened up their credit card. They gave me a membership for a year, and they gave me a bunch of other little incentives. So it's all good, man. But I was salivating to travel either business or first class on that long flight.
Yeah. And what was the flight? Heathrow to
direct LAX.
Really? Direct?
Yeah. 11 hour and 20 minutes.
11 hours direct?
11 hour, 20 minutes. And then that was a 777-300.
Did you have to wear a mask?
No.
No mask. Did you wear a mask?
I did, unless I was eating. I did.
Did other people wear the mask? Or what was the percentage?
Only a fraction, I would say. I would say probably, if I had to guesstimate, just looking around, flight attendants, only one had one. I guess it's optional.
Yeah.
Everybody else, because they dropped it in the UK, so it's a London-based flight.
Yeah.
I wore it because I'm coming home. I got a 94-year-old neighbor. I just threw it.
I get it. I get it.
But I would say, I don't know, less than a third of the people were wearing them. But the people right around me were. So
are you home for a bit now, or what's your what are you looking at?
I think besides some local road gigs that are hour or 2 hours away, I think I'm here until we hit Vegas with you next month.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Vegas, May 23rd through 30. Talking Dicks, Al Ducharme, and myself will be at the Tropicana.
With Frank Del Pizzo.
With Frank Del Pizzo. He's lost 100 pounds. Come see less of Frank. Whatever that he was doing a thing, less of Frank. But yeah, 100 pounds he lost last
Didn't you win 100 grand?
He won $100,000 and he bought an RV, and maybe he'll have the RV in the parking lot. I don't know, but we'll find all that out. Maybe we'll have him on the pod. We'll talk. We'll do some pods from the green room. Of other comics will wander in. We could chat with them. We'll put some stuff just on the Patreon for the Patreon people only. So if you want to get in on that, folks, $5 a month minimum. Join, be part of us. And we do a lot in Vegas. Going to be a lot of stuff happening. And the two dicks.
And this all starts in just less than a month away.
Oh my, is that true? A month, less than a month.
Well, yeah, because
you're right.
This is airing Monday the 25th, and we're going to be there on the 23rd, correct?
Oh my God, that's true. Hey, wait a second. Let me
is this your puppy?
Yeah, let me bring somebody on.
Yeah.
The pod, more reason for Patreon. Get the Patreon, folks.
Let me see this multi-$1,000 animal. Let me see this. This shedless. This thing doesn't shed, so there's not much of the dandra, I guess, the dog dandra. But Al has taken this animal, and I think his girlfriend Kelly is like doing the bulk of the work, and Al is just on easy street enjoying the affection of this wonderful little puppy. There he is. There he is. Oh, wow.
He's getting big.
He is.
He's getting big.
What's it? Refresh my memory. His name again?
This is Teddy.
Teddy.
And he's 4 months old on the 31st. He was born on New Year's Eve. And weighed in on Friday at 11.3 pounds, I believe. So he's getting up there, but still got the baby teeth, still fighting like a maniac.
Right. So what is he up to? Like 25 pounds?
They don't know. They're saying somewhere maybe 20 to 25-ish.
Yeah.
But they don't really know. I don't know. He's got big, long legs. So I don't know, man. He may be bigger than we think, but.
And is he housebroken?
No. No, he's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll go to the door sometimes and weep, but other times he'll just, piss all over the floor. So can't really, he's like.
Well, so do we. At our age, that's what we're doing these days.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. He's the guy I was talking about earlier. He rolled the bowl of shit. That was Teddy. That was the guy. That was Teddy. Yeah. So
hi, Teddy.
Anyway, he's chewing on my finger.
He wants to get down. He's
I know. I don't know.
Is there a food dish nearby that he's?
No, he needs. All right. Anyway, that's Teddy. Everybody on the Patreon.
Hi, Teddy.
There
First
you
time,
go, folks. We hope you get to see him. We'll show you him again.
He looks like a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good little monkey.
Does he chew shit? Has he chewed up some slippers?
He hasn't been bad with it because
a wall.
I guess we kept an eye on him.
Baseboard, furniture.
Not really. No. I mean, he'll grab your socks or your shoe and try to take, but we've been keeping an eye on him. So
right.
Nothing damaged as of yet that I can see.
So no shock collar at this point.
Oh, we do that anyway. We have that for our.
Well, that's for you guys.
Our fun and games.
Does it fit Teddy?
He's growing into it slowly, but we have a good time with it.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations on that. And
thank you.
Has Kelly been kept busy when you're on the road with Teddy?
Yes, Teddy. It's the baby. I mean, it's a full time. You've done it's full time shit, man.
Until
and you forget because we always had these older dogs, and you just think, well, get a dog, and you forget what it's like. I mean, it
10 months to a year.
And relentless with the biting and the chewing and the fucking in your face.
Yeah, they don't know boundaries. Shit. Yeah,
no
boundaries. They're like some of the comics that we work with. They have no boundaries.
Yeah, Simeon, our friend Simeon, he classifies comics in A and B. Okay. You're an A or a B, and an A is the guy who can't be alone, has to hang out, call you 24/7. And a B is a guy who's just kind of cool and can do his own thing. So whenever he'll text me, I go, "Who you working with?" He goes, "It's an A. I got an A this week." But and he's doing a crossing now, the Wonder of the Seas, which I was doing the last couple weeks. Heading to
repositioning, yes.
Yeah, heading to Europe. To the Med, and they're doing they'll be out of Barcelona, and that begins next week, and then they're there I think through the summer, and then to Canaveral.
They'll be at home
next year, at the end of the year. So
well, I'll be heading to Barcelona as well, and I will be on Celebrities 2 new ships, the Apex and the Beyond.
Whoa, look at you.
And we're trying to coordinate it where we can spend time in either Italy, in Rome for 5 days, or Barcelona, and then sail together, my wife and I, across for another transatlantic. So I'm actually doing 3 this year so far. And I would do a transatlantic every 2 or 3 years, but now 3 in 1 year, and
I did
another. That's crazy.
I did 1 years ago, and I'm good.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was plenty.
But I will say I've done the 7 days at sea,
mm-hmm.
and it went to 8 because we had to go around a hurricane. and everybody missed it. Luckily, I didn't have any obligations that day, so it didn't really mess me up. I just got paid for it. But there were a lot of people who lost gigs and whatnot because of Mother Nature.
Right.
And that's a long time at sea. But going from Bermuda to the Azores, 4 days at sea, was not bad at all. I just went to the gym every day, went to the dining room with some of the other headliners, and they had more acts than they needed. They had 3 times the acts because the COVID, you know, if you test positive, you got to be quarantined
right
5 days. So they just had extra acts. So you asked me my schedule. On the first cruise before the transatlantic, I did the Welcome Aboard 2 shows, 7 and 9, for 1,200 people or 1,180 people. So it was really small audience turnout. And then I did a late night in the middle of the cruise, and that was it. So I had 2 nights in 11 days.
Wow.
And then on this last one, I did in the middle of the cruise, I did my 2 main shows, 7 and 9, that much better attendance wise. And the comedian, I was the only comedian. No juggler comedian, no. They had a magician, Matt McGurk, who's phenomenal. But he's not like a comedy magician. He's got a sense of humor, but he's not doing comedy magic. So I was the comedy guy. So and in one regard, it worked out well because people turned out.
Yeah, sure. It's strange though they didn't have at least two.
I was kind of looking forward to it. Yeah,
that's strange
because we had music acts up the ass. We had phenomenal music acts, but there were too many of them. Too many of them. It was music like 4 days in a row.
Yeah, wow.
And then you know, or 5 days, and then the comedian,
right,
and then the magician, and it's like, I'm all for going on in the middle of the cruise,
right,
in the sweet spot certainly, but I could have gone on a few days earlier just to break it up.
Hell yeah.
And again, different kinds of music and some super talented, obviously veteran people performing. But some of them would go on in the middle of the beginning of the cruise, 2 shows, and then be done. 7 and 9 done.
Wow,
that's too much.
Yeah. I don't know. It's surprising because usually something like that you'd have at least one other comic. I mean, hell, they have them on 7-day cruises. You have 2, let alone a transatlantic. I'm going out next week, but I had what was a 4-day. It was a 7-day payday, but the ship Adventure is going from Galveston to Bayonne. So they're going to do a 13-day cruise on the way to Bayonne. So I was going to get on Friday and leave on Tuesday. And then before they do the sail to Bayonne.
Sure.
And now I'm still doing that, but now it's become, instead of leaving Friday, I'm leaving Thursday to overnight in Houston. Ridiculous. And then go to Galveston in the morning, you know, instead of flying to yeah. And here's the real fucker. When I get off the ship Tuesday, I'm in Costa Rica. So I won't have time to fly the flight to Miami, then Tampa. So I got to overnight in Costa Rica and then fly out.
You just did the Tuesday. Overnight too, didn't you? You went to the little, what is it?
I
Denny's?
Went to Denny's.
But it's Denny's on crack. It's like a nice Denny's.
It's a good Denny's. It's a real restaurant.
It's brand new. It's right there, right. Walk across the parking lot from the your room.
So I got 2 hotels in a 5-day. So it became a 6-day, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is how they get you. At least if you're on the ship, you get the prorate. But you're prorated. Well, this is fine. I take it back. It doesn't. If you were on for 8 days, in other words, you're still getting the same amount of money. But if you were doing,
still getting, I'm getting paid for 7 days.
Yeah, but you're doing 2 nights in hotel.
And the one I really can't stand is I'm already done. Yeah. And instead of flying home, I'm getting off the ship, do that 2-hour drive. And then stay.
It used to be 3 before the highway.
Right. Yeah. Now it's not bad. It was actually a little less than 2 hours, but
I think it was 140, something like that.
Yeah. but I do have to stay at a hotel that night, which is like, really, I should be coming home. But I got overnight, and then in the morning I have a 7 a.m. flight the next day.
So it's back-to-back travel days, literally. Yeah, because
literally.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's not everybody's getting work, so we still have.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm home. I'll be home for Cinco de Mayo. It's a big holiday.
And
got to enjoy.
You tell that little fucker to shut up.
Kelly?
You get that electric collar and zap, zap, zoom.
Yeah, he's 11 pounds. I don't know, but a shot collar might. Hey, what's behind you, by the way? I see some sort of.
I was waiting for you to bring it up.
I see some sort of a contraption. It looks like a mailbox on fire. What's happening there? What's happening?
It actually does. It looks like a mailbox on fire. This is called the Gosney Rockbox portable pizza oven, which is a purchase that I made to treat myself for being away for 6 weeks. And it's to make homemade pizzas right there. See this pizza right there? See, this way.
Is that an actual homemade pizza?
Right there.
Is that a picture from the box, or
just don't ruin anything? See this crust?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get.
A little spotted and burnt.
Spotted, yeah. It's
burnt.
It's the homemade Neapolitan pizza, and I made 2 the other night. By the way, this is right out of the box. This machinery here, this oven.
Yeah.
Turned it on. 30-minute preheat.
Right.
The pizza's cooked in 60 to 90 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, okay. That's amazing. So,
wow.
I'm going to be making some again tonight because we're having a little pizza party in the yard, and it's a friend's birthday. So there's going to be 8 of us. So I have to do all the prep. I'm making the homemade dough the night before. It's a lot of work. It's much involved. And if I make them all with 8 people, founder, along with John Perrotta of the Hall of Fame. So there's going to be all the other inductees, and my sister's coming up from Virginia.
Oh, she's going to get more eye work before she gets up there. Anything else with the eyes, or
maybe a
tune-up? Yeah. Brother's going in the Hall of Fame. I think she should get the little work done before.
My sister, if you didn't listen to the podcast, my sister was on one of the most popular ones.
I was going to say, most people, I think, heard it. It's one of our more downloaded. Figure that out.
She had some eye surgery, which she went public with, and we talked about it. It actually looks good. I would say it reduced her age by a good 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
That's what I would say.
That's fantastic. Then.
I'm actually considering doing it.
That's well worth it. Yeah, you should. That's well worth it.
Well, I figured, why not get the penis reduction and that at the same time?
Yeah, I see what you did. Hey, wait, what? You should film the Hall of Fame ceremony. You're going to give a speech, I assume.
I am.
Speech.
They're going to shit on me. It's going to be a roast.
Right. Film all that on the Patreon.
I'll put clips of it.
I think the whole thing should.
I'll put the shit that I look good on. No, we get a kick out of watching ourselves.
Yeah.
Get into trouble.
But it'd be fun. I think that would be fun and good advertising for the Patreon. I mean, I think people who listen at least would like to see that. So I might do it, might get some new patrons on the patreon.com/the2dicks.
There you have it. Yeah. And did you see the new microphones that I'm using? It's actually it's called
what is that?
It says it's named after you.
It's the huge cock. What? Huge cock. What does that say? I couldn't.
Small rig. You read it. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And we'll talk to you next time.
See ya.
Good luck in prison.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.